Hi guys, in this video we're going to be going over volume, okay? And remember, volume is very similar to area, but it's just a little different because there's just a little bit more depth. That'll make more sense in a second. Ready? Let's get going. So in volume, the primary difference between area and volume is that area is two-dimensional and volume is three-dimensional. So remember in area, our formula was area equals length times width, or in this one, it's length times height. But in volume, you have volume equals length times width times height, because you have the length and the height, but you also have a depth, which is in this case called width, that you need to calculate for in a cubic unit. So, but let's go even more into depth. What is volume? Volume is the amount of space a three-dimensional or 3D shape takes up. Is that a little shape takes up? Make sure you write that in your math journal or your notes. Okay. And again, the volume of a rectangular prism formula, this is our formula, volume equals length times width times height. And everything is always measured in cubic units. So it could be inches cubed, it could be centimeters cubed, it could be feet cubed, anything cubed, or cubic units. Okay? Okay. So let's look at this one for example. Now, one way that we could solve this is we could literally count however many cubes are in this prism. Or we could use math, okay? So looking at the bottom here, from this length here, we have 4. And then this one here, we have 3. Okay, so what I can do is I can do a regular area, which would be 4 times 3, and 4 times 3 is 12. And then what I could do is I could do simple multiplication of 12 plus 12 plus 12 plus 12 plus 12. Or we could do multiplication and just multiply 12 however many levels there are. And there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so we can do 12 times 5, which would be 60. Now, if we put it all together, and let me write down a formula, volume equals length times width times height, and we plug in the numbers, our length is 4, our width is 3, and our height is 5. So again, we would go back. 4 times 3 is 12, and then times 5, it's 60. So our volume, again, is 60 cubic units. And the reason why we say cubic units is because it's volume and it is three-dimensional. Cubic is another fancy way to say 3 in math when it comes to measuring. Now in this example, I'm going to do something a little different, okay? I'm going to find the area of the face of this prism. And what I mean by that is I'm going to measure the base here, and this is 4 cubic units, and the side here, or the height, is 3 cubic units. Okay, now I can do 4 times 3, which again is 12. And then I could multiply 12 by the depth, which is 3. So I would do 12 times 3, which I know is 36. Okay. So, and then 36 would be the cubic units, and that would be our volume for this shape. Okay? Now let's do this again in much more detail. Okay. Now I'm going to measure this out that the height is 3 cubic units, the length is 4 cubic units, and the width is 3 cubic units. So we have our volume. Volume equals length times height times width. And we're going to plug in our numbers. Volume has a length of 4, a height of 3, and a width of 3. Okay? Volume equals 4 times 3, which is 12. And then we bring down the 3. 12 times 3. I'm going to use area model. Okay? So I'm going to draw my box over here. I have 3 on the side, and 10 from the 12, and 2 from the 12 because of place value. 3 times 10 is 30. 3 times 2 is 6. 30 plus 6 is 36. So my volume is 36 cubic units. Ta-da! Okay, I know that was really fast, but I am extremely confident that you are going to be able to do this mastery check. So I want you to pause, and then you can continue. Ready? Pause. Okay, I believe you solved it. So let's get going here. What you should have done is you need to count how many cubes there are along the bottom. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for the length. 1, 2, 3, 4 for the height. 1, 2, 3, and 3 for the width. Okay? And remember, our formula is volume equals length times width times height. So volume is, length is 5, width is 3, height is 4. And remember, when it comes to multiplication, it does not matter which order it is in. The only time it matters which number goes where is for subtraction and division. Just wanted to add that footnote in there since we've been talking about it a little bit in class. Okay, so we have volume equals 15 times 4. Going to draw a little area model box over here. 15 can break up into 10 and 5, and 4 is by itself because it's only one place value. Okay, 4 times 10 is 40. 4 times 5 is 20. 40 plus 20 equals 60. So my volume is 60 cubic units. Okay, our next mastery check. I want you to pause and see if you can find this volume, and then we'll come back and find the answer together. Ready? Pause. Okay, let's get going here. So we have a length of 2, a height of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and a width of 1, 2, 3. Okay, our formula is volume equals length times width times height. So then plugging in those numbers, our length is 2, our width is 3, and our height is 5. So we have 2 times 3, which is 6, and times 5. Ooh, 6 times 5, that's pretty easy. I know that one. So I know volume is 30 cubic units. Ta-da! As we go farther and farther into measuring volume, you will be able to solve volume for objects such as these. As you can see, there are some that we used for our examples and our mastery checks on this page, but when it comes to solving for the volume of an object such as that one, or even one like this tough one down here, the pyramid, we will be able to solve it. So, but we're not quite there yet. This is the first volume video, okay? And in addition, I will eventually be coming out with a video that is a Minecraft challenge for you, okay? Because believe it or not, all of Minecraft is based off of cubic units. So that was our first video on volume, guys. I hope this helps you a lot. And if you have any questions, feel free to email or message me. And I will see you in class. Bye.